Okay, this is my prediction for the fight between Kubrat Pulev and Wladimir Klitschko, or Wladimir Klitschko defending his various belts against Kubrat the Cobra Pulev. Let's get something straight away before I even get into the prediction. I am a Kubrat Pulev fan. I don't know if I've made it clear before. I am a fan, and it's nothing wrong to be a fan, to appreciate a boxer, to appreciate a boxer's skill. And there's a lot of that Kubrat Pulev that I actually like. I like the fact that his amateur background. He's done really nothing wrong as a pro. Um, I like the fact that he has a very good jab, and all the best boxers in history have had an excellent left jab, and Kubrat Pulev's jab is up there. Um, he's got decent power. He's got a good chin. Um, he isn't scared to throw punches. He puts punches together well, and he's got some nice little balance there. He's able to, get in and out, sway backward and forward. My only pain with Kubrat Pulev is his inactivity, and I think that's probably to do with his management. And I know he's been injured before. I don't know the ins and outs about that, but what I do know is I'm a fan, and I'm very interested in the Wladimir Klitschko fight. Here is an opponent that Wladimir is fighting that I think personally is more of a threat than Povetkin ever was. Povetkin was small as a heavyweight, and I felt limited in terms of Wladimir being able to just jab and grab. Now let's break Wladimir Klitschko down. He has been a heavyweight champion around for a very long while. His tactics. Let's get something straight. Wladimir Klitschko once was an exciting heavyweight. He once was. He was an exciting heavyweight when he started his career, before he got knocked out. When he was in fights blowing people away, it wasn't a problem. People found him. He was the savior for the heavyweight division. When he got knocked out, when he got his chin checked, because he was trying to bomb everyone out and was paying very little attention to his own defense, then Emmanuel Stewart basically designed a style where he tucked his chin in and used the jab, and basically kept fighters out with the jab, and then when they got in close, tied them up. The reason why Wladimir Klitschko ties fighters up is because basically he's not very good on the inside. It's not rocket science, it's a fact. Wladimir Klitschko has an excellent jab. He has very good range, distance, and when anybody comes close, he ties them up. That also breaks a rhythm up. Lennox Lewis was excellent as well, although Lennox was a good inside fighter, good fighter on the inside as well. What Lennox would do is at times tie you up, break your rhythm. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to get punches together or get in some sort of rhythm, tie you up, hold you up, lean on you, put your weight down the back, tie you out. When you're leaning down that heavy on a smaller guy, and you're leaning on, you're taking the juice out of the legs. So basically, in the later rounds they tire. So all that said about Wladimir Klitschko, a lot of his opponents, let's be fair, haven't been technically skilled as what Kubrat Pulev brings to the ring. Ask yourself the question: how many of the fighters that Vladimir's fought in recent times has had a jab as good as Pulev's? And you'd have to start scratching your head and asking questions. Vladimir struggled with someone like Tony Thompson, because Tony Thompson was tall, rangy, had a jab. But Tony Thompson's not as aggressive as someone like Kubrat Pulev. What you also have to think about Kubrat Pulev is that he'll take the fight. He will come and fight Wladimir Klitschko. You've got to have somebody who can fight Wladimir Klitschko. So how do you expose a fighter who doesn't on the inside? How do you fight somebody like that? How do you tackle someone like that? Well, for me, I think that you need to be able to use the jab. When you've got the jab going, you make openings for yourself. And the one other thing that Kubrat has is a good left jab with a fast right hand that comes over the top. He does throw it from distance. He does throw he's got a jab that he can throw the 1-2 straight down the pipe, 1-2. And he also got the one with jab, he pulls back and throws the right hand over the top. Both of those right hands are dangerous to someone like Wladimir Klitschko. Now, what he could do, if he's smart, when he's pulling back and Vladimir's going in to grab, he can hit Wladimir over the top with the right hand. Because when you're constantly grabbing all the time, you've got to put your hands out to grab. If you put your hands out to grab, and if you can time it right, left foot step back and drop the right hand over the top, that's always a possibility. And with someone with Kubrat Pulev's foot speed is able to move in and out, he's got good balance. He's got good footwork to get in and out and throw shots. You'll look at the fight we had. I think it was Dimitrenko. Is it Dimitrenko? I'm sure it's Dimitrenko. And even when he fought the guy who's gonna fight Tyson Fury, I can't remember his name. I know, and I interviewed him as well. But anyway, those are fighters, guys that are much taller than Kubrat Pulev. He's able to get in, step in, use the jab, and throw the right hand as well. So, as I was saying, back to Wladimir Klitschko. You know, some of the reasons why Wladimir Klitschko has been so boring in his fights is because the opponents have been so lacking the skill department to be able to back Wladimir up and to hit him on the chin. You're going to get an exciting fight if someone can hit him on the chin. And like somebody like Kubrat Pulev, who's got the jab and won't just stand there and throw the jab. He'll be looking for openings, and he'll mix things up, makes it a very interesting fight. There comes a time when you're making predictions where you've got to put yourself out, and you have to say to yourself, you know what? Does this guy have the skills to beat Wladimir Klitschko? Well, the inactivity, again, back to Kubrat Pulev, is a problem there. But he's still a skilled fighter. And, you know, both guys have been out because obviously Vladimir's fought more active. He's been more active, I believe. But he got injured. So now the fight's been rescheduled. Obviously, they're fighting next week. So, that being said, a lot of people are not really talking that much about Kubrat Pulev. A lot of people saying he's going to beat Kubrat Pulev, like Klitschko beat, because they're so sick and tired of seeing Klitschko fight. They're not really paying attention to what Kubrat Pulev brings to the ring. And I think Kubrat Pulev is a real serious threat to the heavyweight division. I really think he is. And nobody's going to fight Kubrat Pulev just for the sake of fighting him. Klitschko's been forced into a position where he has to fight Kubrat Pulev. And believe me, I think if Klitschko could fight Shannon Briggs tomorrow, he'd fight Shannon Briggs tomorrow rather than fight Kubrat Pulev. Come on. So I think Pulev can do it. I really do. You got to back your fight at some point, and I think that Kubrat Pulev has done all he's done so far, and it's been a class above everyone he's fought so far. He's been a class above. So that means he's got a little bit more to offer. Now, whether that little bit more to offer is enough to beat Wladimir Klitschko, that's another altogether. Vladimir's comfortable. He's comfortable at the top. Does he have the same fire and drive to still be heavyweight champion of the world? You know, what's he like when he's taken into a fight? What happens when somebody really hits him on the chin hard and puts him into a fight? Other question marks. Wladimir Klitschko's team. Really, Jonathan Banks. We don't really know how good a trainer I think Jonathan Banks is, because let's be honest, Wladimir hasn't had to fight the opponents where he's had to switch up his style too much. There's been no panic in the corner. Everything's been quite cool. You know, Vladimir's done what he's had to do. Can Kubrat Pulev, with his style, put some panic in that corner? And if Wladimir were to go down in a fight, what would happen then? How would Wladimir react to? How does he respond to getting hit on the chin? Does he become ultra defensive now when he gets hit on the chin? These are questions. Can Kubrat Pulev, has he got the power to hurt Wladimir Klitschko? Absolutely. Has he got the power to knock Wladimir Klitschko out? Absolutely. Has he got a jab to disrupt Vladimir's jab? Absolutely. Is he going to stand there and just get hit with right hands all night long? Absolutely not. So we've got a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight. And I think if we've got a fight, and Lennox Lewis, another example of a very good heavyweight, people call him an all-time great. When he fought Frank Bruno wasn't a great fighter. He was a good fighter. But one thing Frank had was an excellent jab. Lennox can tell you all he wants about he was warming up. The left jab of Frank disrupted everything Lewis was doing that night. So he nullified Lewis's jab because he had just as good a jab or better jab. So what Kubrat Pulev would have to do instantly, first round, get out there, slam the jab in Klitschko's face, and get that right hand and hurt Klitschko. If he does that, I think we're in for a fight. Me personally, I'm going to Kubrat Pulev in this one. I really do. I don't think Wladimir Klitschko's got any sort of a heart. And if you're talking about a dogfight now, a dogfight, I'm backing Kubrat Pulev. If you're backing a man that's gonna, you know, get off the canvas and try and win a fight, I'm backing Kubrat Pulev. If you're backing a man now that I believe that is hungrier, I'm backing Kubrat Pulev. Experience. Well, how many dogfights has Wladimir Klitschko been in? So, really and truly, I really think Kubrat has what it takes to become heavyweight champion of the world. I really do. And size. I mean, I've heard lots of stories about Kubrat Pulev. Really, Britain's David Price has sparred countless rounds of Kubrat Pulev, and I've heard he has caused Kubrat Pulev has caused Price all amounts of problems. Bear in mind, Price is a big puncher, and he stands as tall or taller than Wladimir Klitschko with similar dimensions. So Kubrat Pulev's no mug here. So I'm backing Kubrat Pulev to win this fight by knockout. You've got to make a point at some point, and this is the reason why I'm backing him. Like I said before, I think he's got. Is he better than Wladimir Klitschko? I'm not sure. I don't think at this point in time you can't say he is, because Wladimir Klitschko is the champion. He's got some experience. He's been around a lot longer. Let's just see how this fight pans out. But I'll be rooting for Kubrat Pulev because I'm a fan, and yeah, I like what he does. And the thing I like the most recent, I went back and looked at some videos, clips, the way he's able to sway away from punches, sway away and throw right hands over the top. I like that sort of stuff. And able to move his feet and maneuver his feet into position. He's not going to stand there and looking for Wladimir and just hit with a jab all night long. Your jab, your jab can be only effective. It can only be as effective as the opponent allows you to. If you stand in front of an opponent like that and you just come at them all night long, right, and you don't move your head, you're going to get picked up with a jab all night long. Now, what Kubrat Pulev is able to do is to have a little bit of head movement and move his feet, and have the aggression necessary to not be intimidated by Wladimir Klitschko, because he won't be. And that is the mentality I believe you need to beat Wladimir Klitschko. I really do. You need to be have a bit of hunger, a don't care attitude, and, you know, real nasty piece of work. And I think Kubrat's got that. He's got that nasty killer instinct, and that's what you need to be heavyweight champion of the world, and to get rid of somebody like Wladimir Klitschko. And it will be a nice, refreshing look to the heavyweight division if Kubrat Pulev does become heavyweight champion of the world. If not, then, you know, I guess we can look forward to Shannon Briggs versus Wladimir Klitschko somewhere next year at the Barclays Center. I don't know. Maybe that fight will happen. I mean, otherwise, what would be the point of all the other antics that have been going on between Shannon Briggs and Wladimir Klitschko? Those are my thoughts. If you're a Wladimir Klitschko fan, I'm sorry I've offended you, but the guy balls the heck out of me. And I think you've got to back a guy. If you think a guy's good enough, you've got to back him. And I'm backing Kubrat Pulev. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. Really appreciate you watching these videos. I'm out.